So I ain't gonna lie to you, I was pushing this project back for a minute. Reason why is because I refused to take a video of myself without getting a haircut, but now, you know what I'm saying, boy looking fresh. I ain't looking like Oscar the Grouch, so I'm ready. I'm ready. So let's talk some hip hop, alright? First and foremostly, we're gonna talk about the history of hip hop. I'm gonna give you guys a brief history lesson, make sure you got everything ready, you all caught up, alright? First thing first, hip hop started in the early 70s. It was real underground, started off with just some DJs there, you know what I'm saying? DJ Kool Herc, TJ Africa Bambaataa, and hip hop was mostly based around the DJ, turntables. The rapper, the MC wasn't really important part. They're out, you know, kind of hyping up the DJ. They were more so the hype man. And it was really like this until about 1979, because that's when hip hop got its first major mainstream hit with the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight. If y'all don't know that song, punch yourself in the face because you're not cultured. But basically the song goes, I got a hit. That song right there, right? So that song came out as a huge hit and gave hip hop a kind of trail to set foot into the mainstream. And then the 80s came in, which gave birth to great rap groups such as Run DMC, NWA, and Slick Rick, rappers like that, right? So that came out, and you know, these were the rappers that are kind of like, oh, I went to the hat store, bought a hat. That's the old school rappers, you know what I'm saying, the old heads. But then after the 80s, around like late 80s to mid 90s, then it became the golden era of hip hop. That's where Biggie was shining, Pac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre was becoming more of a solo act, you know what I mean? Beef was really popular, all that, you know? So all that happened until eventually we get to the late 90s, early 2000s. That's when you get G-Unit, Diplomats, Eminem, and, you know, us hip-hop heads were battling against these boy bands because we don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. You know what I mean? And then, finally, you get to where we are today, my favorite time period of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Because we got rappers like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake, and we also got the mumble rappers everybody loves, like Migos, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hey, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's partying, having fun, and all of that. So that's the brief history of hip-hop. You know our history, you know the culture, a little bit, but you know, now we're gonna get into some cultural beliefs and all that. So let's get into it, alright? Alright, so the second thing I want to talk, the boys. Alright, sorry, the cops are over there. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is our language, the hip-hop language, how we speak to each other, how we communicate with one another. This is always changing and reinventing itself, you know what I mean? It's like a super secret. Everybody wants to get in, you know, I'm just here like, yo, get with the times, fam. But I'm not going to talk to you about, like, I don't know, suckers or jive turkeys, because that's for the old heads, you know what I mean? We ain't even going to step into that. But I do want to talk to you about things like flexing, all right? To flex on something, someone, whatever it might be, on a beat. To flex means to show off, to get cocky, confident. You got this kind of pep to your step, you know what I mean? That's what it means to flex, you know? This language, this list of different slang terms and language in the hip-hop culture goes on and on, believe me. Ice is another one. A lot of people hear the word ice, they think us rappers got like frostbite on our wrist or frostbite around. Like, no. To have ice means to have jewelry, you know? If somebody says they got $100,000 worth of ice on their wrist, means they got $100,000 watch. They say they got a $50K piece of ice on their neck, means they got $50,000 worth of jewelry around their neck. God damn, I was fucking that sentence up. But, you know what I mean? Things like that. Another term to really get familiar with is culture vulture. A culture vulture in the hip-hop industry, or in the hip-hop culture, is someone who uses hip-hop, exploits hip-hop solely for personal gain, with no intention to further the culture, to further the people, to further the music, the art. Is just solely because they want money or they want fame or whatever it might be out of hip-hop, and that's the only reason why they're part of it. We don't F with those people. We do not like those people, and I'm going to talk about that in the belief systems and all that, but we don't like those people. You know what I mean? But yeah, the list goes on and on for the language. You know what I mean? You got words like swerve or curve. To curve someone means to reject them. A dub is someone you don't want to mess with, or you know what I mean, or something you don't want to mess with. Like, damn, that's a dub. I'm fucking with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, the list goes on and on. You just kind of have to stay a part of it to get with the times, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure in like 5-10 years I ain't gonna give a F about the language. Everybody's gonna be saying these two different like slang terms. I'm gonna be sitting here like, oh, I got this voice on my wrist, and they're gonna be like, yo, didn't y'all use that shit like years ago? You old, man, you old. But yeah, then we're gonna talk about the belief systems and all that. I'm picking on my friends. Alright, so I had to take off my jacket because, you know, Mets got hot, and I ain't about sweating. I sweat a lot. That's a little personal, but hey, fuck it, whatever. Now I want to talk about the cultural beliefs in hip-hop. You know what I mean? I want to talk about what we believe in. But first things first, I want to clarify that these beliefs change a lot depending on who you talk to. Depending on the hip-hop fan you talk to, these beliefs will change. If you're talking to someone who's more of a fan of lyrics and like really down with lyrics and substance and subject matter, that's what they're going to be down for. They're not going to give a fuck about these mumble rappers or any of that. You know what I mean? Versus if you talk to a younger hip-hop fan, they're going to want to just hear the mumble rappers. They just want to hear a nice beat, and they want to party and smoke and drink all day. You know what I mean? But if you talk to someone like me, you know what I'm saying, who's for the culture and who's real because I do what I do, you're going to get kind of a belief system that is good for both sides, you know, because I appreciate hip-hop in all forms. Yield, thank you. But I appreciate hip-hop in all forms, you know? So let's get into it. First things first, you have to walk around with a chip on your shoulder. That's definitely a strong belief in hip-hop. You have to have confidence. You have to be confident. You have to feel yourself. One man once told me, sorry, I butchered that sentence, but he told me that if I don't feel myself, nobody else is going to feel me. So if I'm here with my delivery like all quiet and such, all super shy, talking about, and I did this, nobody's going to like that. I could be spitting the hottest lyrics, the hottest bars, whatever, but nobody will feel it because I don't feel myself. So you have to have that confidence. And if you don't, you will get chewed up and spit out, because hip-hop is a very, very competitive genre. I think the most competitive genre ever. Because that competitiveness runs through hip-hop, and it runs hip-hop. If hip-hop didn't have that competitiveness, then it would just be like any other genre, I feel, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna see Blake Shelton get in the booth and drop the hottest diss track on Tim McGraw. No, that's not gonna ever happen. He's not gonna sit there and be like, I'm gonna steal your dog. No, that's not gonna happen. It's not. All right, but you will always see Kendrick come in and call Big Sean a little B 20 times throughout his hit record. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that beef. You're gonna have that competitiveness, and without that, hip-hop really, it wouldn't be the same, truly. But yes, that's another part of a cultural belief in hip-hop, is to be able to compete, to be able to fight and really have this healthy competition within one another. Another cultural belief in hip-hop is resilience. The ability to, when life kicks you in the nuts, pushes you to the ground, the ability to get back up and keep doing what you're doing, that is important. Because if you do not do that, again, you're assed out. So you're gonna hear 1,000,000 no's before you hear a yes. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not only in hip-hop culture, but just for an artist's perspective in general, because for all you artists out there, you're not stepping into a field that, you know what I mean, that you could go to college for, really. Like, I'm a rapper, you know what I mean? I can't go to college, be a rapper, get a 4-year and, 4-year degree and go to a label, be like, yo, sign me. No, you have to have that resilience. And that's not just in hip-hop, but in music and in the arts in general. But yeah, these are the hip-hop cultural beliefs. You learn the language, you learn the history. Now apply that to our dominant society, because I'm trying to keep hip-hop around, man. I need rap around, because if it's not there, then I ain't shit. So please apply that back to your society. Stay beautiful, stay great, and yeah, peace out.